I saw my honourable friend egging to intervene.
Well, I congratulate my honourable friend on his excellent speech, but I just wanted to make a very simple point, which is that we are naturally very respectful of evolution in nature, because we see that what it leads to is progressive improvement in general in the nature of species and diversification. But we're extraordinarily foolish when we consider evolution of our institutions. And what the House of Lords shows is that it has become, over time, a remarkably effective scrutineer of legislation in this very diverse way of selection that it has. Now, he's making an argument for this legitimacy. Would he not share my view that legitimacy comes from the exercise of authority effectively taken out, but also from a certain expectation as to expertise and as to the degree of care and attention with which people will be brought into the House?
Well, of course, he's right, Madam Speaker, and I thank him for his intervention, that change is inevitable and change is constant, in the words of Disraeli. But that change needs to be built, exactly as he described it, on an understanding of what's gone before. And an evolution in our thinking builds on what we know and adds to it incrementally. And by and large, constitutional change is better when it's incremental and better when it's founded on the basis of a consistent and measured dialogue between people across this House. The point made again by my right honourable friend for Hertsmere. I gave way. Happily.
Of course, he's absolutely right, and it's always good to have a mention of Bagehot in any constitutional debate. But of course, Bagehot draws a distinction between the dignified and the efficient parts of the Constitution. And I thought he was making an argument that the House of Lords is no less a part of the efficient part of the Constitution because of the effective way in which it scrutinises legislation and the effective way in particular the hereditaries play their role within the House. So would he in a sense not be improving on Bagehot's distinction by blending the two a little bit in the case of the House of Lords, which he is so ably defending? And would he share my view that perhaps if the opposite party is preparing to nominate vast numbers of its own life peers, it might consider the question of whether or not they should make a commitment themselves to attend in the House for any period of time rather than just taking the honour and then absconding?
Well, of course, dignity and efficiency aren't necessarily incompatible, and my honourable friend personifies their marriage. But he's right to say there is something ugly about the idea of a government of either party simply stuffing the House of Lords with its friends or its donors. Let's be honest, that's not something one can accuse the other side of this chamber of without acknowledging that it's become a habit in Parliament over time. Now, let me just qualify that for a moment. There isn't a power or policy in the history of man who hasn't understood the importance of patronage. Patronage is a